So I'm just going to put a warning at the front of this video because it might be disturbing, especially if you're not somebody familiar with farming and the things that can happen on a farm. But I think this video needs to be made for my own documentation, plus maybe I can get some feedback from people. So I had an animal attack last night. It must have happened, I'm guessing, sometime before dawn. And I'm thinking it's a bear, but I'm not sure. But it really is devastating. So when I woke up this morning, when I first came outside after having my coffee and everything, there was a bunch of vultures in my yard. And I was like, oh, that's odd. And then I saw a dead rabbit. And I was like, well, that doesn't look like a wild rabbit. That looks like one of my rabbits. And sure enough, it was. So, I don't know. I'm going to show you guys this. Like I said, gets pretty graphic here. But maybe you can help me figure out what kind of animal this is. I'm pretty sure it was a bear because it was completely silent. There wasn't any noise at all. Either that or I must have been in such a deep sleep. I don't know. But, it seems like something that I should have noticed being only like 40 yards away. But, so here's the first one. Try not to cover up the camera here. One of my Angoras. That's the one the vultures were pecking at. There's still some that escaped and were running around. So this big cage here, this big habitat, I don't see any damage on it at all. Nothing of notice. So all the rabbits, there's one who's still alive, but he's too nervous to let me pick him up. Right there. But I've been putting them in here for now. Probably going to have to reinforce this or something. I don't know, because apparently this chicken wire isn't strong enough. Hell, the hardware cloth isn't strong enough. So they tore up the roof here, pulled apart the feeding boxes, and even got through the hardware cloth on the bottom there, dug a hole through it. I'm guessing that's why they tore up the roof. We're trying to tear up the wire from the underside. Something intelligent, I think. That's why it makes me think it's a bear. It looks like it was ripped out. So they tore the hardware cloth apart right there. And then they were reaching in. This is another thing. I think it's a bear. I think they were reaching in like this. Obviously not a dog. I don't think raccoons have this kind of strength. There's LaBouffe. He's my breeder. Almost like a pet. Basically a pet. He's dead. Not eaten though. Just killed. and completely tore open the front of the box there. I've got 2 still alive. They didn't go into this box at all, as it looks like they were systematically going from box to box. So I still have 1 breeder left. Tore apart the water system, so probably just whatever. Whatever it was took a shit right here, because there's flies all over it. The shit's gone. The flies have already eaten it. And then over here, one of the rabbits is torn apart. Rib cage and spine ripped out. More vultures waiting for me to leave. Not seeing anything over here. I haven't been down here yet, but not sure where this animal came from. But oh look, I still have one in here. Oh, well, that's a blessing. Hiding in the box, in the breeding box. Not the female though. It's just one of my generic males. Yeah, pretty sad stuff. There wasn't anything in these, so yeah, pretty messed up though. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, whatever it was must have come through this way and just went from thing to thing to thing. I had a bunch of baby rabbits up in the top here, and where they tore this hole out of the bottom. They tore a hole right through there. Oh, looks like I got one hiding in the feeding box. Oh, that's good. You can kind of see his butt there. Maybe there's some more in there. Yeah, but yeah, it tore a hole through the bottom there. So I'm thinking maybe came up this way and went in here first. I mean, like I said, whatever it was being really quiet about it. Some chunks of wood with blood on it. I don't know where that wood came off of. He took a bite out of right there. I don't know. And we got some footprints here, but these just look like deer tracks. So yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that raccoons would be this determined and this vicious. And I can't believe a dog would have the strength to tear wood and through mesh. It really looks like something reached in there. It's pretty upsetting, to say the least. More fur from the rabbits. Yeah, I'm not seeing any tracks out this way. So I don't know what kind of path it took. Because the only track seemed to be right here near the box. I'm not seeing anything anywhere else. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway. Life of a farmer.